Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. I'm speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. Welcome back to the show, Larry.
Thanks, Jim. I'm happy to be here after last week.
Yeah, a little bit of a medical thing, but I'm glad to see and hear that you're all okay now.
Yeah, that's something I wouldn't wish on anybody. It was a totally debilitating bug. You lost all your strength, legs, arms, everything. And you had to be helped up. You had to be, geez, I thought I'd aged about 100 years. But anyway, that's behind me, I'm hoping. And, I'm feeling a little stronger every day and ready to go.
Larry, another news release from American Manganese this week. What was in it?
Well, we're finally getting started on the Department of Energy samples that we received last year. No, not last year, a few months ago. And but we decided that Tier 1, trying to get those guys interested and get continuing interest from them, that we should move on the Tier 1 samples. So we had to put them on the back shelf, but now we're working on them, and we're working with material that we didn't prepare, but which we can prepare some of it, and so it'll move through. I don't expect to have results until probably the very end of this year or early next year. So. But you never know. I've been surprised before, so let's hope that we get those. Now, there's a lot of information out there about other companies that are going to be recycling batteries, and they want to have a green solution and everything else. And I just want to remind our readers, because I keep getting poked on this, is, where do they stand with us? Well, first off, again, I've explained this before. We can't find any patents, and we can't find any description of the work that they're doing. Just kind of round numbers thrown out. And so we can't comment on that. We don't know exactly what they're doing. And, but we've been transparent. Everybody gets our results, and, it's been risky when we were first filing our patents, but, we felt that, transparency was really important, and that will probably become a more important aspect of our solution coming down the road. And, everything is arm's length. We don't, Chemetco doesn't own a share or anything in the company or anything in the patents. And so everything they do is totally arm's length. They're not going to jeopardize a company that's as progressive as theirs by, putting out results that don't meet mustard and can't be backed up. So I just want people to remember that, the most important step that was ever taken was the development of our metallurgical process and the 2 patents that have been granted, and a third one that will probably be applied for early next year. And, so that gave us the jump start on other companies. Certainly if they'd have looked at the patent that we had on manganese, they would have had some idea of where we were going. So, like I say, it was a chance that we were willing to take, but most people, when they look at a metallurgical solution, they look at various different methods of doing it, some of it which gets the cathode materials, maybe not good recoveries, maybe not high purity, but other methods of reagents that we're very happy with what we got, because we can show that we've got a closed loop solution, and so we're going to be moving ahead on that. Now, the company is going to be spending next Monday. We will be closed half a day because we'll be going down to the Chemetco party. And I just want to mention that, that I have some pressing personal issues that require me to sell some stock along with my usual requirement of selling some stock out of my RSP. And so you'll be seeing that coming out here shortly on probably the billboards or wherever, reporting insider selling. But, it doesn't amount to a hill of beans when you think that we've traded over 500 million shares in 2.5 years or 3.5 years. For me to participate in that small amount is certainly not earth-shaking. Doesn't mean I'm abandoning the project. Doesn't mean that that I have no more faith in it, because I do. Because one thing that doesn't keep me awake is that we are ahead of the herd, and we want to remain there. So I just thought I'd mention these couple of things going forward here, because we're going to anything that's bad news will show up on the BBs. And, they're considered to be bad news, or to put a slant on it that it's bad news, will definitely come on the BBs. And so other than that, I'm not sure exactly how we'll handle the podcast going forward, because there's going to be people away on holidays and everything else. We got to get distribution on that. But we're going to try to keep our podcast up as a weekly podcast, regardless of the holidays. So just to let people know that, we will be working throughout the holidays. We're getting, people are concerned about the stock that hasn't moved up, but they got to remember there's two things happening. One is we've always got the predator trading, actually three things. The other is that there is a warrant exercise going on, and we've gotten a few $100,000 in from that already. And, most of the people will, some of them will be selling stock in order to exercise their warrant. And, so that's always putting pressure on it. And of course, the usual pressure that comes with, tax loss selling. And, but we're working our way through that. The stock is, resilient here at the 20 to 22 cent range. And so I couldn't be happier with the way things are going. And I wish everybody, if they're heading out for a long holiday, I wish them all a happy holiday, and certainly a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Larry, for people wanting to know where you're traded and how to get more information, what's the answers to those questions?
Well, we're trading on the Venture Exchange, the Toronto Venture Exchange, under the symbol AMY. We're trading in the U.S. under the symbol AMYZF. We're traded in Frankfurt under the symbol 2AM. They can go to our website at AmericanManganeseInc.com and do their own due diligence on the company. They can email me at LREAUGH@AMYMN.com, or they can phone at 778-574-4444.
Larry, thank you so much for the update.
You're welcome.
I've been speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. I'm Jim Goddard. Our conversation took place on December 13th.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at HowStreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.